Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Amanda, I had a dream last night
Yes.
that we had to record one more episode of Last Resort. Well, we had to.
No.
And I was saying to you, Amanda, we don't need to. And you were like, but we need to record the weddings. I was like, there are no ceremonies. And we were like arguing about it. And you were like, no, I think we need to record one more. And I like flat out refused.
Well, I would refuse to, actually. Awake me would refuse because I'm so fucking glad that Last Resort is over.
Yeah.
Tuesday night or Monday night, Todd's like, well, what do we have to watch this week? We have Last Resort. I'm like, no, we have ended our long national nightmare of Rob has ended at least for 3 weeks.
You and I might be meeting Rob.
I know.
Guys,
Are we allowed to talk about this?
We need to keep this between us.
But this is on the public feed.
It's okay.
Okay.
Amanda and I have an opportunity to go to New York to go to like a TLC promotional thing.
Maybe.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Maybe. Well, I'm definitely going.
Yeah, you're definitely going.
You're 90% going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's like a promotional thing for the Hunt for Love. So I think that cast is going to be there. At least some of them.
Amy, can you imagine meeting Colty?
I'm going to like it. Mm-hmm.
Can you ask him to like eat a little ice cream cone?
I'm
going
to bring many things with me. Just goes with them. No, I don't think we can't talk about it.
I don't know.
I'm not saying when or where it is.
True.
I'm just saying it's a TLC promotional thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited. But what am I going to do if I come face to face with Rob?
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do.
Because I might forgive him for all his sins once I look into those eyes.
I will not let you do
You're
that.
You're gonna have to just constantly be reminding me. Pregnant whore. Just keep reminding me.
Should I just have like should I write it on the inside of my hand? And anytime I see you getting swoony, just go
Bink.
open my hand. Pregnant whore.
Yes.
And then you'll be done. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. Stay tuned, guys. We don't know for sure if it's gonna happen, but something's going down soon.
Something's going down.
What do we have any other announcements? I hope everybody enjoyed my episode with Matt Marr. I want to thank him again. It was so nice talking to him.
I know.
And I mean, he gets up at the crack of dawn on that West Coast to record with us.
I know. He's such a good egg.
He's
the best.
Such a good guy.
I also do think he's a real morning person, so I think he's up anyway.
Yeah, I do too. And then the Jody Weber stuff. I hope everybody enjoyed that. We actually, it was a great conversation.
I can't wait to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to hear it.
Jody has twins who are going to college.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot going on together in our lives at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. I'm listening to that fucking Karen retrial every day. I'm glued to it, Amanda.
I haven't been at all.
Oh, I listen to it at night while I'm playing Match Factory.
Oh, see, we're watching TV.
Yeah.
Last night we got all caught up on The Last of Us and watch Handmaid's Tale.
We don't watch a show until about 9:30.
Oh, okay. 8:00 is our showtime.
So from about 8:30 and 9:30, it's Match
open
Factory time.
It's free time.
Yeah, it's free time.
It's free time on your calendar. I see. It's like when you're at when you're at like a retreat or something, you get blocks of free time.
Yes. So sometimes it's Match Factory, but lately, I'm not going to lie, Happy Clinic has another hospital level that they just premiered. Okay. So I've been playing that.
Okay. Okay. Well, you do what you got to do, man.
And then I thought, this is diabolical. Do I go back to my cooking fever and erase my progress and start over?
Oh
God, that would be glorious.
But I don't know
if I could afford it.
I was going to say.
I dumped a lot of money onto that game.
Yeah. That's why I'm not straying from Match Factory. I can't afford other games.
Yeah, Match Factory. I
already have an addiction to one.
Match Factory only cost me the $9.99 a month for the Gold Factory
Pass.
Pass.
Girl, I wish that's all it cost me.
Yeah, that's all it's costing me right now. But we'll see. We'll see.
It's addictive.
Anything else you were on? Do you want to talk about when you were on?
Sure. I was on the Sexcentric podcast with our friends.
Good name for a podcast.
Exactly. With our friend Cousin Dan and his partner Carrie. And we talked about the second episode of Poly Family. And since they talk a lot about sex, we talked a lot about sex. So that was fun. I enjoy that.
Yes. And I will tell you that we are aware that a lot of dirt is coming out about that family.
Oh,
Poly
yeah.
family, not cousin Dan,
No.
poly family.
Yes. Yes.
And we will talk about it on our next episode, but a lot of it is I'm having a hard time confirming it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to run around being like, this is what's happening if it's
A,
not
l-
confirmed.
a lot of it appears to be coming from Tyler's sister, who definitely has an issue with her brother.
Yeah. So there's
So who
yeah.
knows? Who knows?
But we'll talk about it. It all broke after we recorded our last episode. So we
Of
were
course.
not able to talk about it, but we
But
will be talking about it.
I'm going to once again ask the question, why do people with massive
Shitty backgrounds. Not
go on
shitty, but
national television,
like
massive
messy.
massive skeletons in their closet of
Mhm.
some sort,
Mhm. Mhm.
things that they're wanting to hide from the world? Why do they
Yeah.
go on television?
I have no idea.
Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
I have
Doesn't
no
make any sense.
and we another thing too is we are recording this early, so we haven't seen Sister Wives yet.
Right.
So we can't really talk about what
No.
happened in
No.
this week's episode.
Nope.
So
We'll get the episode today
yeah, we'll get the episode today, but
as we're recording.
that episode dropped yesterday by the time you hear this, and hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure it'll
Mhm.
be given how well they did the initial episode discussing
I think
Garrison.
it'll
I
be
I
well
think it'll
done.
be fine.
Yeah, I
And
hope so.
I think Robin might piss us off, which we'll enjoy.
True,
Yeah,
true.
we enjoy that.
All right, let's talk about these idiots, shall we?
Let's do it.
This is 90 Day Fiance, season 11, episode 13,
So
Love by Any Other Name.
yes.
Hmm. It's an Amy heavy episode, guys, so buckle in.
Yeah.
Okay. Referee has blue for now. Referee has blue for now.
Oh my God. I watched that reel last night.
I was dying.
I was cackling. And as soon as it was over, I just couldn't stop laughing. And Todd was like, okay. Like he just doesn't get it at all.
I love how everybody's like, I walk around my house saying
Red for you.
referee has blue for now.
Referee has blue for no. Hi, Ryan Anderson
I
here.
think
Referee has
it's
blue for no.
gonna live in Little Miss Recap lore, very similar to Love It,
Love it. And
Hate
maybe,
It.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
All right, so Sarper and Shekinah, they're going on a hike in California, which is fucking beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And they seem to have made up. And she says, just because we had makeup sex doesn't mean everything's okay.
Sure, girl.
And he says, by the way, I did not plan that makeup sex. It was animal instinct. That's how we are different from the rest of the world, you and I. We have this chemistry.
The way he talks about them
He
being
is
so special and different from everybody else on the planet will never not make me laugh.
He is ridiculous, and I'm here for every minute of him.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So they tell the camera they did not speak for 3 days, and then we actually get this in the background. He's like, I did not think with this head, another head, and I sneaked upstairs like a tiger. And when we woke up the next morning, it was little more smooth. I'm glad I have this. And he looks down at his dick. So here's where we are. And she says, well, I guess sex is the glue that holds us together. And she doesn't want him taking things out on her anymore.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's the end of their porn section.
These two idiots. I can't help but love them. I really can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something about Sarper that has become so charming to me.
Yeah, I
Even
agree.
in his misogyny.
I
It's
agree.
charming.
The misogyny is still there.
It's still there, but somehow it's becoming charming.
I agree. So he points out that he is trying to work on this, Amanda, by not renting another apartment or buying a plane ticket back.
Well, that's good. Those are
Yeah.
two good things.
But he says, I cannot work. I cannot do anything. It depresses me. It makes me anxious. I didn't want to tell you. And then he says, this is a problem. When you don't touch me, you become a bitch. And he takes her hand and he's putting it on his chest and stuff.
Uh-huh. He's so ridiculous. Here's the thing, though. In all seriousness, he is an extraordinarily anxious person.
He is.
He really is. Like, he's got diagnosable level OCD.
Yeah,
Like,
because he says he has to count things to calm down.
yes. Like, he has a ton of anxiety. So this is a ton of change for somebody with a ton of anxiety. Add the volatility of these two numbnuts.
Yeah.
Of course he's, like, freaking out.
I agree. And then, okay, so she's talking in a confessional. I just wrote, she's like in the park and they
Mhm.
have her like aside.
Yeah.
What is going on with her eyes here? It looks like she has
She's
when
colored
Mike,
contacts in.
it looks like when Michael J. Fox is transforming into the
The
wolf
wolf. Yeah, or when Michael
or
Jackson is also transforming into the Thriller dude.
the werewolf or when uh Bruce Banner is turning into the Incredible Hulk.
Yes,
Like the
yes.
old Bruce
Real
Banner
old,
from the
real old.
70s,
Yeah,
Bill
where
Bixby.
there's some music behind it going
Yeah,
while it
yes,
happens. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, "What is happening here?"
Colored contacts,
She
that's what's
says,
happening.
"Sarper better improve. Good sex is not enough."
Oh, okay, girl, whatever.
So
This
later
woman will go to the end of the fucking planet for this guy. Like,
they're
just stop it.
fine.
They're
They're
fine.
fine. So later it's 49 days to wed and she is moving her practice. And she says, in the mornings we would get up and Sarper would play chess and I would make him coffee and it was very sweet. We just had this nice little routine again. And now Sarper comes in and
Mhm.
there's a handyman there and this
Oh,
is a
God.
problem.
Oh, God.
It reminded me of the episode of Little House called The
Uh,
Handyman
okay.
when some loser asshole came to Pa Ingle's house. Pa's out of town. He's probably in Mankato delivering like life saving drugs.
Of course.
And this handyman asshole comes to the homestead and he wants to put an addition on the kitchen for
Caroline.
Caroline.
Caroline, yeah.
And she like falls for him. And actually she ended up having sex with him in real life. They actually hooked up.
Oh, well, good for them.
But then Pa comes home, and this motherfucker had the balls to touch Pa's fiddle and play it for his family.
Oh,
I was
my.
irate. I was irate when we covered that episode. Wow, you don't know.
Mm-mm,
No,
mm-mm.
no,
You don't
no,
touch
no,
someone
no.
else's instrument without their
No,
permission. Full stop.
absolutely not.
Full stop. Particularly
So
not Charles Ingalls.
no, so this handyman is there, and Shekinah is like losing his, or Sarper's losing his mind over this. He's like, "In my country, handymen are ugly. What is this? What is this?" And Shekinah's like, "I'm losing my hair, babe. Why do you think I have this blonde wig on, babe? Because all this stress." And he's like, "You not wear wig for handyman?" It's the whole thing. It's so stupid. Then they discuss plumber's crack. Okay,
What is
now.
happening with all these women that lose their hair when they get super stressed out? Like Jasmine loses her hair when she gets super stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Shekinah loses her
Mm-hmm.
hair. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think there's a correlation between the amount of plastic surgery you have and the amount of hair you lose when you get stressed out?
Could be.
Where's Larissa? What's happening with Larissa's hair?
Could
This will
be.
tell us what to
Yep.
do.
Yep.
And Darson stays.
So later, Sarper has a comedy show and he's rattled when Frenchman, the baguette, Dan shows up.
Who
And
I still think
Sarper's
is
jokes
hot.
are like, "Why is man created first? Because man is draft of God." And then he does this whole bit where he talks about we are primitive men because of our penises. We are 90% our lives trying to settle our penis down.
Oh my God.
It's real misogynistic,
Of
guys.
course it is. He's like 2 steps away from Andrew Dice Clay over there.
Oh,
Like, it's bad.
Jesus. He sort of pokes fun at Dan, and Dan is not happy. She kind of is mortified. And Sarper tells the camera, "He started it and I made it even 1-1." That's where we leave them.
Still into Dan. I pick Dan over Sarper.
Oh, so ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
Speaking of, let's talk about Motti and Stevie.
Okay. So, first of all, I continue to be in love with Motti. Motti continues his developing relationship with this adorable cat, and I'm here
I
for
know.
it.
I know.
It's so sweet. Like, at first he was terrified, and now he's like playing with the cat, and I love it
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I'm always here for someone playing with cats. First of all, Stevie's going to show off her wedding dress because she doesn't care about tradition. She wants him to see it.
Yeah, this does not go good.
No. So we are post venue fight
Mhm.
about the bisexuality, and she just wants to focus on oh God, this is so ridiculous. The number of times I have to talk about being bisexual in this little blurb is ridiculous. So she wants to focus on getting married. And she says, I've worn a wedding dress before, but this is the first time I'm doing it and being truly in love. And I know that feeling.
Mhm.
All good. This dress is gorgeous, but it does not fit her in the least.
No.
It is so big on her.
Mhm.
And Motti says it makes her look old. because
Mm.
of the flowers. And in Iran, only old ladies wear clothes with flowers. And you could see
Mhm.
she's like, this can't be her real dress to wear, can it? Or she's got to be like, this is the dress. And now I'm taking it to the tailor to make it remotely fit me.
I think that's what it is. I think she either bought it secondhand or
Mhm.
somebody, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then she's just gonna get it tailored.
Because she has to, right? She can't wear
Yeah.
that like that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, people gave Christine Brown a hard time for her dress, which I thought looked great.
I don't know though. Did she have it on or was she just holding it in
No,
front of
she
her? I
had it
can't
on.
remember. Yeah, it's
She
way
had
too
it
big
on.
on her.
It's
Yeah.
way too big.
Mhm.
And I think once it's on, I think once it fits her, it'll be
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
I thought it
beautiful
was a
dress.
gorgeous dress.
Mhm.
And so they're going to go to New Orleans for their joint bachelorette party.
Mhm.
What could possibly go wrong?
We've reached Amanda and I were talking before we start recording how this was not a great episode, and Amanda's like, we're in the doldrums.
Yep.
It's fine. We'll come back out of it. We've reached a stranger comes into our relationship and hates us.
And tries to make
Yeah.
a problem
We've
happen. In
reached
almost
that
all
part
of
of
these
it.
relationships is what's happening.
Yeah.
So Motti got a taste of New Orleans, but she says has no idea how wild it can get. And they get in the car and he's like, "Are you?" He asks if she's ready to commit some sins. I love this guy. And they're staying at this gorgeous old hotel, which I looked up. It's a Marriott property.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, this place has got to be crazy expensive. No, we could have gotten a room there last night for $120.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. It's really pretty. It's so I think it is part of their portfolio collect or their autograph collection, I think.
Okay.
So what Marriott does is they take these old buildings and rehab them into hotels.
Mhm.
When I was staying in New Orleans all the time, I stayed at a place called the Noel, which was an old bank,
Mhm.
and that was
That's
now a
cool.
hotel. It was so cool. Like the the uh the wine cellar was in the safe.
Vault.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vault. Yeah, it was
That's
very, very
cool.
cool. I love that they do that. So their room has a library in it. I want to go to a room with a library in it,
Yeah.
except there's also stuffed bats on the wall, which would be a turnoff for me.
Yeah, no. No, thank
Library
you.
good, stuffed bats bad. Not into it. They're going to go to a burlesque show, and I'm like, okay, tell me more. Stevie has to explain what it is, and now he's worried that there's going to be topless women there.
Oh God.
And it's going to make him uncomfortable, and he knows this is supposed to be fun, but what if he sees something that makes him wonder again if she's bisexual?
Just
So
by
what if
seeing so she doesn't have to worry about Motti being turned on by another woman's tits and like
No.
cheating on her. She has to worry that he's gonna again think she's bisexual.
Right, what happens if a woman walks out and she smiles?
Right.
Like, does that mean
Right.
she's bisexual?
Right.
I mean, at what point is her reaction going to tell him that she's bisexual? Because I think there's a long train between her like acknowledging that a naked woman is in the room and her like going down on a woman. There's a
I
lot
agree.
of steps in between these
I
things.
agree. Yes.
Most of which don't indicate she's bisexual.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support.
So now we're going to meet Saeed. Saeed is Motti's friend, and he's going to join for the bachelor party because Motti doesn't really know anyone in America. So this is good. He's from Iran. They met via social media, and he has lived here for about 10 years. And at first, I'm like, this guy's a total cutie patootie.
Nope.
That doesn't last long.
Total dick bag.
Total dick bag. Motti talks about the naked paintings and then the bisexual things and the painting in person. And now he's imagining Stevie with a half naked woman in the room, which most guys would enjoy that image, but not Motti. Stevie asks Saeed asks what the problem is. And he says he just has this feeling that Stevie's bisexual. Saeed's like, whoa, in our country, that's not good.
Yeah.
But it's very normal here, he says, which I'm glad he's like,
Yeah.
look, dude, like where we come from,
Because
I
he's
get
been
it.
here 10 years. Like
Right.
he knows this.
This happens here. It's okay. And he's more worried about Motti not knowing so much about Stevie and her past than he's worried about her potentially being bisexual. And there is now so much in his head that it's about to explode. Like, oh God, Motti, just let this go. So all of this is really making me want to go back to New Orleans badly.
Yeah.
Motti says that Stevie says she will always respect his boundaries, but he also doesn't want to feel trapped. Saeed says this is worse than he thought. And Motti has to behave in a specific way, and he isn't sure that Stevie even loves Motti. Okay, Saeed, sit down.
Okay, come on.
See, you have no idea if she loves him? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
How about spend 24 hours with them
Right.
before making this decision?
She is goo goo gaga over this
Yeah,
guy.
she's crazy about him.
I'm goo goo gaga over this guy.
Mhm.
So Motti says now, because now Stevie comes down and they all meet, and Marty's like, "Ugh, I shouldn't have talked trash about my fiance to my friend because now my friend is making it real awkward."
Yeah,
It's always the thing. Always the
yeah.
thing. So they go get a daiquiri on walking around the French Quarter, and they talk about how it's like this thing in Iran called an ice, I
Mhm,
guess.
mhm.
And then then Saeed's like, "Yeah, and this one has liquor." And Marty's like, "Ooh, liquor too?" Like, he's so cute. And Stevie says that he waited until so we're talking about when Stevie told her family, and Saeed's like, "You waited until the last minute to tell your family." And Stevie's like, "Well, I mean, actually his like the visa stuff happened quicker than we thought. I thought I'd
Mhm,
have more time." Okay,
mhm.
she should have told her family before this, but apparently this is just who
Yeah.
she is. But this is making Saeed think that, oh, now Stevie's just a big bad liar who lies to everybody.
Mhm.
And so now they get to this restaurant, and Stevie tells Motti to go in and order oysters so that we can be alone now with Saeed. And that gives them time to talk. And Saeed asks if Stevie cares enough about Motti's concerns and what he's dealing with, or is she just being selfish?
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy comes in fucking
He comes
hot.
in fucking hot, and this is why you never pro tip, never wind up somebody about your significant other. Let
Mm-mm.
them come to their own. Like, if you have a decades-long friendship,
Right.
but this guy, like, Monty doesn't really know this guy. Like, he's
No.
friends with him over social like, what he needed to say is, "I don't need you to do anything about this. I just need to talk and for you to listen."
Right. Like if Wendy was having a problem with her husband, she could come
Yeah.
to me and talk.
Yep.
I've known her husband 1 year less than I've known her. It's not going to change my opinion about
Right.
him unless
Yep.
like she's telling me he's doing something real terrible.
100%.
So like this is not the right person to be unloading to.
I agree.
And he says you didn't even sacrifice for him. He sacrificed so much for you. And
Okay.
calm down. And she says, "Well, I don't actually let people get close to me. And I've let him get very close to me." And I get that
Mhm.
sense from Stevie. I think she lives a
Mhm.
very walled off,
Yeah.
compartmentalized life.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Pfft, letting someone get close to you is not a sacrifice." Well, for some people, it is.
Yes, it
For
is.
some people, it really is. And now Stevie is wondering what Motti has said to make Saeed ask these questions. And he doesn't know her or her intentions. And she feels this is extremely rude. And she is correct. And she's afraid that Saeed's going to mess up everything. He's not. These two are fine. But
Yeah, they're
I
fine.
don't like Saeed. I thought at first I was like, "Oh, I'm here for Saeed." And then no.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. No,
Get
he came in too hot.
get out of their relationship, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Mark and Mina really surprised me this
Mark
episode.
and Mina surprised me this episode too.
Like, I think they're in love.
They're really in love with each other. Now, did she get down to business and figure out who that whore was with him in the photo? Also known as the Vice President of the United States. This still tickles me that she was just like, "Maria, who is this woman? Who is this woman?"
It was Kamala Harris.
Yes, Kamala Harris.
So Mark and Mina, Mark in real time. We
Yeah.
see him in real time, understanding the fact that he will be 75 when the baby
Yes.
graduates. And if they have a baby now, he'll be 78.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's like,
And he's like, "Hey, you know what? Our president is older than that. And if he could do the president, I could do this." I'm like, can he
"Okay.
do the
Can
president?
he?"
Who are we talking about here?
I don't know
'Cause
who was the president when he recorded this because both of them
both of
are
them.
old guys.
Yes. Old white guys.
I
Yep.
I'm gonna be here to say I don't think people over the age of 80 should be president. I really
I
don't.
don't think people over the age of 70 should be
I
president.
don't think so either.
Yeah. It's
But
just, first of all, for their own good. It's a lot of
yes.
stress. You saw what it did to Obama,
Oh
and he was
yeah.
a young man.
Yeah, my friend Joanne, this was like 2 years ago. She's the same age as Joe Biden, and we were talking about the age thing. This was during the election, and she's like, "There is no universe in which I would want to be president right now." And
No.
Joanne is in incredible shape, tons
Yeah.
of vim and vigor for an
Yeah.
81-year-old woman,
Mhm.
and is like, "Oh fuck, no, I'm too tired for this." So
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
So they're going to Boston for Mark's birthday, and Mina's sister Alex is coming in from Brussels,
Mhm.
and Mina is so excited that she's
I
going to see her
know.
sister,
I'm happy for her. She gets to see her people.
and Alex is going to stay through the wedding, which I
Mhm.
think is in 11 days. They said I
Yeah.
couldn't tell if Mark said she's going to stay through the wedding and then 11 days, or
Or if
if
the
she's
wedding's in
gonna,
11
yeah,
days,
I
couldn't
couldn't
tell you.
decipher that. Also, Mina's brother is coming soon, and she hopes that he will be able to bring her son.
I hope so too. Can you imagine how great it's going to be when Mina and Alex are together and they can together speak angrily in French?
Oh, I love it.
I can't wait.
And we learned that her son's passport has been delayed. And the plan was that her brother would bring him to the wedding. And she again asks Mark in the car if they could push the date.
I
And he's
know.
like, "What are you not understanding?
This isn't a me
Can't do it."
decision.
Um, I really feel for her here. She
I do
wants
too.
nothing more than to have this kid here.
I know.
Like, I think she's a really good mom.
I think she is too. I mean, mine is the fact that we're real concerned about where Maria is at any given moment. Is she flailing herself down a
Right.
flight of stairs?
Right.
Other than that, I do think she's really into like, this is not Jasmine just like fucking
No.
off and leaving her
No.
kids. She is
She's like,
devastated that her kid
yeah.
is not with her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now Mark does a really shitty thing. Cause she's like, I don't want to leave and break Mark's heart, but I don't know if I could go through with this without my
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
And Mark says, well, if you have to go back, we can start over, but Maria's a US citizen and she could stay here with me.
I know. I was like, oh no.
Dude,
Mm-mm.
no. I wrote
Mm-mm.
this is super manipulative.
It really
I don't know if
is.
he meant it that way, but it comes off that way, dude.
It
Mm-mm.
does. And, yes, he has just as much right to have this baby
Yes,
as
of
Mina
course.
does. He has just as much right for this baby to live solely with him as Mina does with her. But this baby has only lived
This
solely with
baby
Mina.
really only knows Mina.
Yeah. I
Yes,
mean, the baby
yes.
clearly does know Mark, but like,
Mhm.
it's not the same. She's
Yeah.
not spent enough time
No.
with Mark to have the same relationship as she
Mm-mm.
does with her mom. And like, you can't do that to this baby.
And Mina just when I first heard it, I thought, is Mark trying to say like, you don't have to worry about Maria. She can stay with me. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I don't
is
think
he
that's what
saying
it
it
was.
that way and it's coming out wrong? I don't know.
I don't know.
But she sobs in her confessional and she says she doesn't want to have to choose between her children, which is essentially what she would be doing. It's
My heart breaks for her.
I know. I
I do want
know.
to be like, why didn't you try to get his passport like 3 years ago
I know.
when you
I know.
were
Well,
pregnant
I
with an American's
I
baby?
wonder what happened with his passport, because what I think happened is, the paperwork for the 90-day visa takes so long.
Yes.
They probably started them around the same time, but I'm wondering if his birth father held up his passport.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because if
We don't
you
know
have
what relationship, if any, she has.
in the United States, if you
Yeah.
have a child with somebody, they have to sign off for you to
Yes.
take them even on a visit
Yes.
anywhere
Yes.
outside the country.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if there was some kind of holdup.
Mm-hmm. I wonder too. I don't know.
I don't know. Until, if he was a problem until he wasn't, and by that I mean Mina pushed him off a cliff.
Oh,
Hmm.
took him to Normandy and just
Allegedly,
went,
allegedly.
"Yep."
Allegedly, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mhm.
Allegedly.
So now they go to dinner. Well, because suddenly he's not a problem, Amanda,
No,
because
he's
Mark's
not a
able
problem.
to adopt this kid.
Right. I don't think the father's in the picture at all.
But I wonder if he was.
I'm wondering if like she did like a sperm donor situation. Like she
Maybe.
never mentions the fact that this kid has a biological father.
True.
So I don't know.
So they go to dinner later, and she tells him, and keep your eyes on Maria in this dinner, because she's just like throwing food, flailing shit
She's
around.
adorable.
She's adorable. And Mina tells Mark, I will sign the prenup, but I have a condition. Dun, dun, dun.
Also,
And
one,
Mark's
one
like,
thing real quick on the
yeah,
baby. The bad thing about all this is these two never get to have a romantic date alone.
never,
Ever.
never. No.
Where's Martini Pat? Let's get Martini Pat.
I would trust the
Martini
Stitch
Pat.
and Bitch crew to watch this kid.
Yes. Yes. Or
Mhm.
the two wise lesbians. Any of these
Mhm.
women could take care
100%.
of this baby. Okay.
So she says, I want you to adopt Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, absolutely.
I
I was
know.
already planning on it. He's a wonderful kid.
Right.
And she starts crying. And now Mark starts crying and says, I feel like I let you down because I can't get him here.
I know.
And
This
they're
is
both
so
crying.
sweet.
Yes.
This took a turn I did not expect.
Same. And then they get Mark in a confessional and he's like sobbing.
I
And he
know.
says, I have such an amazing dad, and Clayton is such a great kid. And for him to have a dad is so important for me. And I really want to get him here.
I know. I
It
was
was
like,
so sweet.
I did not see this coming. This big doofus of a dude. But
And he says, I tell people I have 4 kids. Like, I
I know.
already include Clayton.
Yeah, he's already one of my kids.
Yeah.
Though I'm telling you, I'm coming back to my theory about Jordan and being like, why does this baby get everything I don't get?
Mm-hmm.
When Mark adopts another kid,
Ugh.
she's gonna lose her mind.
In the preview, we see Mina can't fit in her wedding dress, and I think she might be pregnant.
She might be pregnant. Because Mark did do some math on how old another baby would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's talking about, I just ate too much. I don't think so.
I don't think you have.
All right.
I love her style.
I do too. Let's go to Jessica and Juan. Oh,
God.
Okay. We didn't get any Gregory and Joan.
No Gregory and Joan.
No.
And no, I got to say, I'm glad we had no Sean and Aaliyah. I needed a break from that because it's stressing me out.
They're back next week.
I know, but it was stressing me. They're stressing me out.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So Jessica and Juan are heading to their bachelor and bachelorette parties, and the boys are with their dad, and she's going to bring her mom to watch the baby.
David, yes.
So, because of course these people can't go anywhere by themselves, they have a screaming baby in the car, and now they have mom.
Why couldn't they leave the baby at mom's?
That's what I don't understand.
Why don't they
Maybe Jessica's breastfeeding.
Maybe.
That's what I think.
Maybe. Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
Except she's drinking her face off, so maybe she's a pump.
She might be doing a pump and dump. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they're going to Deadwood, and they get there at the house, and Herbie and Majin are there.
This is the second Deadwood thing that's circled in my life in the last week.
Really?
Yes.
What's the other
Our
thing?
friend Whitney was telling me about Deadwood.
Oh, okay.
And she's thinking of going there on a trip with her husband. And I was like, I've never even heard of this.
The show is amazing.
And then there's the show. So yes.
So they're going to Mount Rushmore, and Jessica explains how Juan might need to know this for his naturalization exam. And it's something that a lot of Americans don't know, she says.
Yeah.
Can you name who's on Mount Rushmore?
It's Washington, Lincoln,
Roosevelt,
and
Andrew Jackson. No, not Andrew Jackson. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. Who's the fourth one?
Is it Jefferson? We're going to Google who's on Mount Rushmore.
We're Googling. Oh, God. Who is on Mount Rushmore?
Theodore Roosevelt,
Jefferson.
Lincoln, Jefferson, and Washington.
Yeah. Okay. How about me, Andrew Jackson? Dear God.
No, not him.
I think even in his time, they knew he was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, though, this is exactly what would happen to me if I went to Mount Rushmore.
Guys, the weather was so bad, they ended up not being able to see anything.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. That would happen to me, too.
I liked how Jessica holds up just the iPhone, like in the area. She's like, this is what it looks like.
Poor one. They should try tomorrow.
They should try. I hope before they drive home, they give it another shot.
This is what happened to me, and I learned my lesson with whale watching in Monterey. I gave myself one day on our itinerary.
Yes.
And it ended up being shitty weather, and they couldn't take us out, and I didn't get to try again.
I want to find out how long this drive is. Torrington, Wyoming, not Torrington, Connecticut.
No.
Oh, it's only 3 hours. Okay, I thought it would be further. Okay, it's only 3 hours. That's not bad.
Oh, that's not bad. How far is it to Deadwood?
That's to Mount Rushmore. Okay, let's see, to Deadwood.
Like, is Deadwood real close to Mount Rushmore? It must be.
Yeah, it's pretty close. This is 3 hours. It's just
okay.
It's not far.
All right. Okay.
It's all in the Black Hills National Forest.
Yes. It's really the only reason to go to South Dakota.
I actually had a long, you also want to go to the Badlands. I had a long weekend trip planned to go to the Dakotas as part of my hit all 50 states by the time I'm 50, because I found some blogger who wrote a whole thing about, if you need to go to the Dakotas, here's the 4-day trip in the Dakotas. And then I haven't done it. So I need to do it.
Did COVID derail that?
COVID derailed it.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a plan. Summer of 2020, John was going to meet me, and we were going to do like a 4-day road trip around the Dakotas. And his husband was like, you guys have fun.
Yeah.
I have no interest in this.
Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So Leonardo is Juan's cousin, and they have not seen one another in 23 years. He's coming from New York City. He gets there. These two men hug and sob like it
I
was
know. It was
the
very
everything I
sweet.
needed.
It was
Hmm.
very sweet. I'm amazed at people like this because I just don't have a close family at all.
Yeah, I don't really
But to
either.
be like, I haven't seen my cousin in 23 years and I'm sobbing to hug them. Like, I haven't seen my cousin in probably 10 years. And if I saw her, I would absolutely give her a hug and I'd be happy to see her,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be like losing my
yeah.
shit, nor would she.
I was raised to be very close to my cousins, and I'm still pretty close to my dad's side,
Right.
but my mom's side's a mess. We're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Leonardo says, when I left Colombia, Juan was just a baby.
Oh
It's
my
so good to
gosh.
see him. Now they ride together, and Juan tells Leonardo how much he misses the cruise life and how he loves his son and he wants to provide for him. And this is where we learned the contract is 8 months. That
Mm,
changes my opinion.
that changes my opinion too.
Mm-mm.
He can't leave for 8 months.
No.
If he
So,
could do like a month contract
or even like a
twice a year,
2 month.
yeah,
Yeah.
like twice a year,
Yeah.
or even
Le-
once a year.
Leonardo advises him, you need to talk to Jessica. And
Yeah.
I thought this was good advice. Like she's the one that is raising your
Impacted
child.
by this.
She's the one
Yeah.
that is impacted by this. Yeah. So they go to Mount Rushmore. They can't see anything. Then they get shirts with each other's faces on them. And he's like, Majin totally gave me this shirt so that I won't bang somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think Juan was going to bang somebody else anyway.
I have written
First of all, he's with Herbie. Herbie won't allow it.
I have written two separate times independently. Juan really loves these strippers. Juan loves strippers. He says they remind him of being on the boat.
Yeah.
He's getting trashed. Jessica gets trashed. Majin gets trashed. And Herbie gets trashed.
Herbie can't even walk.
They get home. They have to walk Herbie upstairs. And Majin's like, I hear his laugh, that fucker. Like, wow.
Majin is just miserable.
Yeah, she is.
She's just a miserable person.
So Jessica gets all horned up. This is after
Oh.
the bachelorette parties. They're home. And she pulls him in on that bed and she's like, let's go to town.
We're going to Pound Town.
And he decides to pick now to tell her about the boat.
Juan, no, bang her and then tell her about the boat.
Yeah.
A,
And
so you get the banging in, and B, so she's feeling good.
I will say she made it very clear to him where she stands on this.
Yeah.
She said, your son will see you for 2 months out of the year. By the time he is 10, he will have seen you for a year. That's not right. It would be 6.
6, yeah.
Oh,
Her
but
math.
he's already like 2.
Oh, he's already
Yeah,
2, I
yeah.
think. Yeah. So
She says, I can take care of him. We don't need you. If you want that life, go live it, but you're not going to be with us.
wow.
Good for her.
Good for her though, standing
She
up
made
and
it
saying, "This is
very
my
clear.
boundary."
Yep, she made it very clear.
Yeah. They have to move somewhere else though. They can't live in Torrington forever for him.
I agree.
He's
There has to be
miserable.
a compromise here. Are all boat contracts that long?
I don't know.
Cruise backdoor friends.
Yes.
Let us know if you have a friend or somebody in this industry. Is this the standard 8 months? Like you can't get a 4-month contract. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Let
have
us know.
I have some resources I can dig to. I
Yeah,
will have
yeah.
an answer for us.
All right, let's do the throuple. Ugh.
Oh boy. I wanted more of this. I think next week we'll get more.
Yeah, I think so too.
But we're back with Ray, who
Mhm.
Amani is so clearly thinking is a total loser because he's not hot like she is.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's just sitting there like a fucking bump on the log, like,
Ooh, he's
what's
texting
happening?
his dad, Matt Sharp.
Yeah.
Mhm.
First of all, we start with a very sad hero shot. Her head's on his chest.
Aw,
And she
poor
just
boo boo.
looks so sad. Amani says he's teenier than she thought he would be.
Mhm.
That's not what you're looking at, girl. You're looking
Mm-mm.
at his face and you don't like it.
Yeah, you think he's gross, and you're an asshole
Right. They make
because he's
weird.
probably a human that is 25 times better than you.
Probably. Or I don't know though.
No, maybe not.
Oh, I mean, she's pretty terrible. So
Yeah.
it's not hard to be better than her. So they make awkward small talk. Ray only found out about them via social media. And you can tell Monty's like,
Mm-hmm.
Ani didn't tell him they were in a serious relationship. Like, stop. Stop. Ray says finding out who she is will hurt, but they need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like we need to find out more than what we found out for it to hurt.
I agree.
because we're not at the hurt stage yet.
I agree.
And Ray says that he and Ani were together in 2022, but
Mm-hmm.
he had to like think about it. She's like, "So when were you dating?" He was like,
Yeah.
2022." Like it was almost like he was asking if that was a date that
Was
would
okay.
that was
He was
okay.
he was floating the date.
He was floating the date. That's exactly what it was. Like,
Mhm.
if you ask me when I dated somebody from my past, I might have to do the math of like, when was that? Okay, that was 2017. But it's not
Mhm.
like I'm asking you, was it 2017? It's like, I just need to figure out time.
You're not like, "It was 2017?"
Teen? Is that an acceptable time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ray has met all of her kids. And they have a bank account together because Ani wanted a bank account in the US.
Yeah.
So she needed him. Okay, now that makes sense as to why they might have had a bank account
Sure.
together.
Mhm.
And I can see wanting a bank account in the US, particularly if you're someone who lives on the border, who probably entertains a lot of Americans. You're probably getting
Yeah.
a lot of US dollars.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Mhm.
And now Amani says their relationship has clearly surpassed any relationship that Matt and I have had with her. And
Mm.
now I'm angry. Okay, we can't. First of all, we can't rate relationships. Second of all, you bought her.
And third of all, she was probably able to bring him home because it was a heteronormative
Yes.
relationship.
She's
And
not
she
coming out with this
right, she didn't
dude.
have to come out with somebody, yeah.
Why doesn't Amani understand that there are bigger things at play here?
I know.
I know, she's such a bitch. They met at the club, of course. Ani, and he goes, or I mean, you know, Brenda. The way he dropped this was
I
amazing.
know.
I loved it. He's
He
like,
goes,
"Oh,
"You probably know where's
no, it's
Brenda."
Brenda." And they're
Mhm.
like, "What?" He goes, "Well, yeah, that's the name on her ID." And Amani's like, "What the fuck?"
Now, come on, this is stupid. The name on my ID is AMY.
Yes.
Yeah.
The name
You
on
call
my ID
yourself
is
whatever you
Amanda
want.
Raydell.
You can
I
call yourself whatever you want.
Yeah, like that's dumb. Like what? Like I bet Matt's ID says Matthew.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet.
Mhm. Mhm.
Matt says it seems like Ani is her alias or something,
Oh
or a
god.
nickname or whatever. She has a different legal name, and Amani doesn't know how she can even call her Brenda. Well,
Ugh.
she's not asking you to, so what do
No.
you care?
Yeah.
They came to Mexico to get answers and to propose to her. Okay, this is where I get so fucking annoyed with this
Mhm.
story.
Mhm.
We want to get to know her better. We want to ask her family's blessing. Like, pick a lane.
Pick a lane.
Pick a
Mhm.
lane. And I don't really care which lane it is, but
Yeah.
you can't vacillate between we don't know who the fuck this person is and we want to marry her tomorrow.
Yes, I agree.
Just pick one. And Ray is like, wow, it's a big deal. He's like,
Mhm.
so you do the K1? And Matt's like, yeah, we'd have to get divorced for
Oh
this.
god.
Dun,
Paperwork
dun,
shuffle.
dun.
Paperwork shuffle.
Paperwork shuffle.
Just
That's
a
all it is.
little paperwork shuffle.
And we see how well that went for the Browns.
Yeah, it went great.
Mm-hmm. And
Mhm.
Ray's just like, whoa, this is a lot. And he's like, and talking, he's like, I thought this was just a fun couple she was banging. Because I think that's all it is for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And however much money she can get out of them. Yeah. I hope it's a lot. Ani isn't even divorced yet, Amy.
Mm-mm.
Paperwork's not done.
No.
And they're like, how could she not tell us? I'm like, I'm going to guess you never asked her a fucking thing about herself.
You don't give a shit about anything about her beyond her putting on a nurse's uniform and fucking
Being
role
hot for
playing
you.
with you over the phone.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
That is absolutely all this is. Here they are talking about divorce, and she isn't even divorced yet. And Motti feels so much betrayal. She has lied about everything.
This woman. Ugh.
I actually wonder if Ani has actually lied about anything.
Right. Or if they just didn't ask
They
her.
just didn't ask because they don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
Yeah.
Amani asks if she can invite Ani and they can have a conversation. And Ray's like, sure, let's do this. This will be fun. So now we're all just sitting awkwardly at this table.
Yeah.
For hours. He is scared because he doesn't know how she's going to feel. Ani's going to feel about what he's revealed. And we don't, other than the money thing, we don't know the level of relationship Ray has with
Yeah.
Ani at this point. I think he's still banging her probably.
Maybe.
I think for enough money, why not?
Yeah.
Because I think that's all he was a sex tourist too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Gray says she may never speak to him again, but he's an open book. He has nothing to lie about. And have Amani ask this, my question, have Amani and Matt ask this woman a single question about herself? And I think the answer is no. 45 minutes later, Ani appears and Amani says, "Hi, Brenda." And Ani looks
Okay.
surprised.
Okay.
That's where we leave these crazy kids.
I'm so disappointed in their storyline. Like, I just thought it was going to be so much more.
Oh, I'm loving this.
It's like them just being trash to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And them looking worse and worse every week.
If she turns out to be a grifter, that's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. I hope she is taking them for every penny they're worth, because I just don't like them so much.
Agreed.
They're just so terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a short, quick episode. There just wasn't a lot.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on.
Two couples.
Yeah. And to think that we're only halfway there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So next time on, Greg's mom takes Joan to try on a dress, and she's like, "Do you need me to go in with you, Joan?" And Joan does not. And then Lucille is like, "There's always payback."
That's when I texted you and I said, Lucille is the next Mother Debbie.
Yeah, it's weird.
At some point, Joan is going to say, those who are against the queen will die. I mean, in a very quiet African accent, but she will say that, and I will enjoy it.
We have a We have a showdown.
African accent, Ugandan. Sorry.
We have a showdown at Dan's castle.
Yes,
Sarper and Dan.
Yes.
Mina doesn't fit into her dress. Is she preg?
Yeah, she preg. I don't know. Or did she just eat a lot of ding dongs? Because that's what does it to me.
I'm trying to think if she's been drinking. Did she drink at Martini Pat's?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
The throuple. Ani is pissed. Okay.
Sure.
Sean is upset over Aaliyah's bottom surgery. And Motti and Stevie's turn for the bachelor parties.
There we go.
And we see Motti storm off.
I hope that Stevi doesn't look at a woman or something. I don't know. I don't know what he wants her to do or not do.
Yeah. I agree.
Something.
I agree. So that's it. That's where we leave them.
Okay.
That's it.
These are our fools.
Yeah, it was a short one.
It was. There's just not a lot. I want more of this Ray situation with Ani, Amani, and Matt.
Yeah, the problem with their storyline is, it's good, but I just hate them.
Oh, yeah. I hate them too, but I'm enjoying hating them.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's do our pet tracking.
Oh, God. I totally would have forgotten.
Oh, my God. How could you forget?
I don't know. I'm
a
terrible mother. That's really what it boils down to.
Title is... Okay, guys, we are talking about the humpback whales that my sister bought me that I now own. They're mine.
They're 100% yours.
I own their asses. And their title is My Little Baby Boy.
Yes.
He is 15 meters.
Over 50 feet.
And let's see where he is today. Oh, hold on. Okay, now. He's going away from shore. Remember last time he was headed towards shore and I was
afraid
worried
he was trying to beach himself.
Yeah, he's doing this. He's doing like a ding, 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 ding,
okay.
like a diamond back and forth.
Okay,
flirting with the coastline. I think he's threatening me.
Probably.
He's throwing a little temper tantrum.
Just like a child does.
Yes, like, Mommy, you come and see me or I'm going to throw myself onto this beach.
Right, and never be seen again.
Yeah, so he is in Australia still. Okay. So let's look up Merlin.
Merlin, that two-timing whore.
The two-timing whore. Let me see. She is my daughter.
Sort of.
She is about 15 meters.
So about 50 feet.
And, oh, God, she's still beelining for the... Oh, my God. Now she's literally just going in circles.
Oh, my God, she is. She's just making a circle. Merlin, girl, are you okay?
I don't know. I don't know
think
if
she
she's
has spins or something? Is she just going in a circle?
I thought she was spelling out an S, and then one of the BDFs is like, maybe she's writing slut because that's what you call her.
Oh, maybe.
And
she's
I'm like,
marking her name.
I don't know, but now she just seems to be going in circles. Well, good for you. You deserve it. Okay, let's go to Yuki.
Yuki is my little boy. Amy bought him for me, so he is mine. He is a hawksbill turtle. He's my little boy. He is around 1 meter in size, which is around 4 feet. And Amy, he continues to just be in the same area. There's something happening in this area that he's real into.
You know what it is? He's outlining it, and then he's going to color it in.
Oh,
with all
well,
the little
that's
tracking
kind of like I
dots.
used to do as a kid. I just like scribble, scrabble, and then
Yeah.
color in all the little pieces. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he's doing because
Yeah.
literally he is so close to where he was when this whole thing started, which was
Mhm.
January 6th, 2022.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
I don't know. I
I
don't know
don't
what's happening. He doesn't go
maybe I
anywhere.
bought you a defective turtle. I don't know what to
Maybe.
tell you.
Or as one of the BDF said, I too love the Dutch Caribbean. I too would never leave. So maybe Yuki
It's
is
true.
just smarter
It's
than
true.
us.
It's true.
It's
Yeah,
distinctly
yeah.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, my kids are hanging out off the eastern coast of Australia. They're
Right.
doing okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not worried about these
No.
guys. They'll be fine.
All right, let me tell you guys what you have coming up this week. What's today? Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. So today will be Monday,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And tomorrow you're gonna have Sister Wives free preview, and then Poly Family, and then Real Housewives, and then Amanda and I are doing a very special. I hope everyone had a nice Mother's Day yesterday. If you celebrate, if you
That's a thing that
acknowledge
you care
that
for.
thing, and if not, I hope you had a nice Sunday.
Yeah.
So Amanda and I are going to talk about our moms this
Yeah.
week on Real Talk, and then we're doing Reality Roundup.
Woo woo, it's back. So we'll talk all about polyfamily there.
Yes, we will.
See what we
Yes,
find
will.
out.
Yep, yep. We're going to go on a little deep dive.
Yes, we will. Right into the Reddits, which is a terrifying place.
Yeah, yeah. And then I guess we can announce that next week on Real Housewives, or this week coming up, we're going to have Corey and Carly.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, very excited. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, join our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. We have a lot of fun in there. We're almost 3,000 strong.
We're
It's
so
a BDF
close.
army.
We're so close to 3,000. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm. And remember, we didn't think more than like 100 people would join up to hang out with us.
I know.
Look at us.
I know.
Look at us.
It's amazing.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Amanda, thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.